What's up, everyone? I'm Paul Carrick Brunson, and I am the modern day matchmaker. So how I got started in matchmaking is there's really two keys to driving this. One was I was working for a very wealthy family. I was investing money for them, and I was traveling all over the world. And what was interesting is at the end of the day, at the end of the business day, the conversation would always shift to relationships. And everyone would come to me to get questions answered. And I think that was because I was one of the only married people at the table. The second thing that happened and led me to want to be a matchmaker is that I have a nonprofit organization and I work with underserved youth from all over the country. And we ran a summer camp about 3 summers ago where we had 100%, so not one of the students had 2 parents in the household. And that led me to start to think about what I can do to help putting 2 parents in the household and creating stronger marriages. So these were the things that led me to want to become a matchmaker. What a matchmaker does is a matchmaker works just like a headhunter for a law firm, for any kind of business. People come to us specifically looking for a match. They have certain characteristics that they want, and we go after that person. So we scour all around the country. We overturn every rock to find the right person to make a match. That is a matchmaker. The earning potential for someone who chooses matchmaking can be endless. Patty Stenger, who we all know, the millionaire matchmaker, she makes about $7 to $8 million a year. And that is strictly off of her matchmaking as well as some of her TV appearances and speaking engagements. There are very few matchmakers in this country. As a matter of fact, there's less than 50 matchmakers. And I can tell you that the matchmakers that do this full time make a very good living. So I'd say it's probably anywhere between about 6 figures, so a couple $100,000, all the way up to a few $1 million a year. Day in the office for me as being a matchmaker is there's no standard day. There's no standard day. I think every day is different. I think I spend about maybe my day in chunks of 3. About 1/3 of my day is dealing with clients. So we have clients that range from actually matchmaking clients to coaching, because I also do life coaching. So about 1/3 of my day is dealing with those clients, taking calls, answering emails, responding to them, meeting with them. So that's about 1/3 of my day. Another 1/3 of my day is dedicated towards marketing. I think that marketing is very, very challenging when you're starting out a business. You have to spend a lot of time, a lot of resources in marketing. So I spend a lot of time on the grind, social media, events, speaking engagements. So that's about another 1/3. So the last part of my day is spent studying. That's right, I study the relationship industry. I read books, I go to seminars, I talk to mentors that I have in the industry. I think it's very important in whatever craft you have to spend time honing that craft. It'll make you better, it'll make your product that much better. So here are the steps to becoming not just a matchmaker, but in my opinion, a very successful and wealthy matchmaker. So step number 1 is you have to have credibility to be a matchmaker. So when I say credibility is there are many matchmakers that are single, but if you're a matchmaker, you are showing that you successfully match others. So it's very important for you to be either in a committed relationship or be married. So the first step is be in a committed relationship or married. Number 2, and I think this also connects with credibility, is you have to be knowledgeable on the subject. Right? So with matchmaking, you can't go to school to become a matchmaker. There are very few seminars that take place. So you have to do a lot of reading. And what I suggest is you also find a mentor, an apprentice under someone. So number 2 is in terms of credibility, is you have to make sure that you get credibility. Number 3 is what I just mentioned in terms of a mentor. You must have a mentor. And a mentor is important for all aspects of life. To be successful, it's important to see someone who's blazed that path before you. So I suggest getting a mentor, and if there's anyone interested out there in becoming a matchmaker, I'd be more than happy to help you with it. So number 3 is mentorship. The next is that you must be passionate about this business, and this business is love and relationships. If you have no passion about love, no passion about relationships, no passion about seeing two people come together and create something magical, then this is not the business for you. So that is very important. I say step number 4 is being passionate about the business. And this is last, but definitely not least, is you need to have business savvy. I think a lot of people enter the matchmaking business on, oh, this will be fun, we'll have a great time, I can charge a lot of money. But the business of matchmaking is serious. There's what's called ebb and flow in our industry, where there's certain times where there's a lot of money coming in, certain times when there's not a lot of money coming in, and therefore you need to have good cash flow management. Business savvy and business strength is incredibly important. So make sure you have a strong grounding in terms of business, or get yourself a business partner that can help you. Those 5 steps, if you follow those, you'll be very successful in your matchmaking. So the words of wisdom that I think are very important for anyone interested in matchmaking, I'd say 1 is communication. It sounds very simple, but the art of effectively communicating is actually actively listening. And so communication is definitely 1. Number 2 is passion. Passion is something that is very important to understand, because so many of the clients, extraordinary amount of passion that they have for finding a significant other. So passion is another. A third I'd say is you have to have vision in wanting to be a matchmaker. And the reason why vision is strong is because, as I said, there are very few matchmakers. There's less than 50 matchmakers in this country. So if you don't have a strong vision for what you want to do and what you want to obtain, you'll never be successful at it, because there are very few models to shape yourself after. So I think that passion is very important. I think that actively listening in terms of communication is important. And I think that having a vision, and vision, once again, is something that will not only help you in being a matchmaker, but it'll help you in any profession that you choose. I'm Paul Carrick Brunson, the first and only full-time black male matchmaker, and you are watching The Virtual Classroom.
Is this thing on?